How many more episodes of She-Hulk are there? 7. Damn. Right now I'm trying to do the series of She-Hulk reviews for my wonderful audience. But the thing is, how can I make a real review if I'm so impartial? Because I love so much of the content that's being thrown at me. I don't want them to think I sold out, because I didn't. Because I, more than anything, love my audience. And I want to make sure that they can trust me. And that when we talk about stuff, it's for real. It's based on my experience as a movie watcher, as a moviegoer, just like them. And I just want to help them make the right decision. That's really where my passion comes from. Yeah. I hope it gets better. Or maybe worse. Oh shit, we're recording. I didn't even see that. Welcome back to another handsome review with your handsome host. It is I, Jamiel Surita. And guess what? Today we're going to be talking She-Hulk Attorney at Law, episode 2. You're gonna cut that out, right? Mr. Editor Man? Oh, that's a yes. Well, guys, let's get right into the meat and bones of it all, because I'm not trying to make a 1-hour review out of a 25-minute show. So we're gonna start. One of my highlights was the Hulk family. When she went to visit her family, which I will now call the Hulk family because you have 2 Hulks in it, which means eventually everyone, including Chet, will become a Hulk. I feel like he's definitely going to become like a fan favorite just because he was just kind of slow and was kind of funny. And then the dad was like, I told everyone not to mention the fact that you got fired. And the first thing he does is, hey, so you got fired. And he's like, everyone was like, Chet. He's like, what? You said to bring it up. I would love to do a character like that. I think that'd be funny to just kind of be like the dumb type of character. Is always cool. All right, Hulk family done. I mean, they did have one decent conversation with the dad and the daughter dynamic. So I thought that was really nice. You know, because I feel like a lot of times in comedies, it gets lost the dramatic weight of the situation. You know, because they're poking fun. But at the same time, in order for something to really be compelling, even as a comedy, I feel like it still needs a little bit of drama. So it doesn't feel so silly that it's kind of like stupid. You know what I mean? All right. The next part I really liked was the She-Hulk name. The way they came up with it was people were just like chanting her name in the bar. They're like, She-Hulk, She-Hulk. And then they're like calling a whole bunch of other names. But to be honest, I didn't pay attention to that. I was just happy that they finally said She-Hulk. You know, it's always great when they say the name of the show in the middle of the show. So yeah, you know, it was interesting. You know, with this show, what happens too is that you also get like Miss Marvel, right? Where all these names kind of come out of nowhere. But I feel like that's the most realistic way that a superhero would get their name. You know, maybe they hear it in a newspaper, becomes like a nickname, which I think actually relates to the fact that a lot of people, for example, a lot of famous murderers and serial killers and stuff, they get their names from newspapers and from people just creating nicknames for whatever they do the most. You know what I mean? So if superheroes were real, the idea that newspapers or maybe articles or people in the street come up with their name isn't on such a odd idea. I feel like it's the most realistic way to really portray a superhero. All right. Another part that I thought was pretty good was that she got fired for doing the right thing. Basically, when she became the Hulk, She-Hulk, in the courtroom, it basically tainted her court case. And so they fired her because I guess it was a really big case and she was about to win. But then she became the Hulk and kind of ruined everything. So, you know, it comes down to that idea of like what it means to do the right thing. Because they said that in the show, the reason why everything became, basically she got fired, was that the jury became impartial. Why? Because she saved her life, which they said was the right thing to do. But she couldn't be a part of the case anymore and basically ruined the case for them. And so that's why, you know, like when someone takes a big loss in a company, a lot of times the people who make the mistake, even if it's a small mistake, you know, they're the ones who pay for it. So I thought that part was interesting. It was very realistic. It was like this idea of like what it really means to be good. And those type of concepts are always interesting for me because of the fact that there's no such thing as really an exaggerated way of doing things, the way you see in movies and shows. And so you kind of get to finally see the repercussions of what it would be like to be that exaggeratingly good, for example. So I thought that was cool. And then like her trying to get another job, everyone was rejecting her because she's kind of seen as a sideshow after she literally became the Hulk in court. You know, it is kind of funny, the idea that like a superhero literally becomes a superhero in the middle of a court case. So I'm sure everyone probably and realistically would stay away from that. They don't need that kind of attention. And then I feel like the show is fast paced. What I mean by that is like everything is kind of being thrown at you and it's going by really quickly. So in parts, I kind of like that because then I don't have to feel the weight of how long the show is, because you don't want it to be too slow. If it's too slow, then it starts to drag on and you start to look at your phone and then everything else becomes interesting. You know what I mean? And I think it's like at the right pace. And I also think that the amount of time that each episode is actually pretty good. You know, it doesn't outstay its welcome. I feel like, you know, sometimes for me, for example, I would eat something, right? And I'm still hungry. But then I would eat more thinking that I'm hungry, but then I'll be like super full. So you always got to try to find that middle balance where you are left a little bit hungry at the end. But at the end of the day, I feel like that's a decent thing to be, instead of super full where you feel sick. You know what I mean? So I thought that was really good. Hulk disappears into the Sakaar ship. Oh, snap. I feel like we're watching the Hulk movie play out in the background. First with that literally the Hulk and She-Hulk getting into a car accident because the Sakaar ship happened. And then we didn't hear anything for the rest of the episode. And now in episode 2, she's talking to Hulk and then he's literally disappeared into a ship in the middle of space. Like I said last time, I feel like the best way to do a story like World War Hulk, where the Hulk comes back for revenge against the Avengers, it has to be a multiverse story. At this point, the Hulk, I believe they call him Smart Hulk or something, Smart Hulk is too tame. And I feel like that takes away from the character. I mean, sure, he's pretty funny and he's cool, and now he's being kind of like a paternal figure to She-Hulk, or like a big brother figure to her, right? So that's good, because in reality, he never really gets to have a family, especially not in this incarnation of the Hulk. He doesn't have anyone. So it's really cool to actually be able to introduce some of his family, even though they don't really mention the Hulk that much when they're in the family dinner. So I thought that was cool that we got to see that, you know? So I'm very excited to see what happens next. I feel like this is all leading to a Hulk movie, to like a World War Hulk movie for like 2024 or something, because there are a couple of projects for like 2025 or 2024 that are missing. So maybe one of them is going to be a World War Hulk movie, and that'll be actually introduced at the end of the show, similar to what happened with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, where they were like Captain America 4. So that'd be something interesting to really get announced. I would be really excited about that. And Abomination is back. He literally was in 2 movies ago in the, what is that movie called? Damn. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. He appeared there for like 2 seconds, and now they addressed it. Literally at the end of the episode. Turns out he was supposed to be in prison, but he would escape it. You know? I thought that he was kind of like a snarky, funny character. And then that led to one of my favorite jokes in a long time, which was when She-Hulk went to talk to her cousin, the Hulk, and then she was asking him for permission to be able to become the attorney for Emil Blonsky, aka the Abomination. Because, you know, that's her cousin. I wouldn't want to represent someone who hurt my family. You know what I mean? I feel like that's a very human issue to have. So I like that. And then Emil is pretty funny. I thought he was pretty cool. I would definitely hang out with him, just as long as he doesn't turn into the Abomination. And he stays zen, like he supposedly is nowadays. And then at the end, when he's like, you know, that was a long time ago, that issue that I had with Abomination. Like, you can almost say at this point, I was a totally different person. Wink, wink. I added the wink because of the fact that Edward Norton played the Hulk in The Incredible Hulk in 2008's movie, which also had the character Emil Blonsky, aka Abomination, with the same actor. So, you know, that's like on MCU being like, technically, the Hulk is in this universe, and then again, he's not. So that was really cool. You know, I feel like this show is good because we get a little more time with the Hulk. Besides maybe the Avengers movie, the first one, I feel like he doesn't get enough time to shine, especially to be an interesting character where we actually want to follow along his journey. And then, one of my favorite intros, She-Hulk, attorney for hire, and then She-Hulk, attorney at law. I don't know, it felt kind of like out of place, to be honest with you, when it comes to that. But it was still cool. It was a cool title to just have in the middle of the episode to really explain what's going on with her. And I actually really have come around to the title of She-Hulk, attorney at law. It's actually pretty good. It's a catchy title. And that's it. That's all I have to say about the new episode. Episode 2 of She-Hulk, attorney at law. If you guys have any questions or maybe any comments about what I discussed here, definitely write in the comment section below, because just because the video is about 10 doesn't mean the conversation has to end. I will definitely always be on top of my YouTube channel. So if you have any comments or anything else you wanted to address, or maybe something I missed, let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you next week. And guess what, guys? Next week is this YouTube channel's 100th video. So to celebrate that, I'm going to be making 2 videos. An anniversary of our 100th video and another review of She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. So I will see you guys next Thursday. And don't forget to use these videos as your companion piece while you're watching the episode. Make sure to watch it first. Come here, watch the review. Write in the comment section below what you thought. Don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe. That way you don't miss any of the episodes that are coming. And I'm really happy to see you guys again. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, beautiful night and the rest of the week.